Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cuffin' the Dip coming at you guys with another one. Hopefully, everybody's been doing good out there, man. I've been good myself. So, not the best market in the world right now. So, we're not looking at the best sentiments right this second. But I do think there's still a lot of opportunities inside of the market, Web3, just as a whole. I do have a co-pilot for this stream, so I'm actually excited about this one. Got my boy Grind Time coming on for the first time, man. So definitely got to say hello to this guy. What's going on, Grind Time? How you feeling today?
What's happening? How's your Monday going?
Pretty good, man. Cannot complain at all. Period, man. It's well, I guess I could complain. The market's horrible, but other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna dive into that tonight. So
Most definitely. So I think that we can just dive straight into it. So I've been trying to keep the streams in between like 30 minutes to an hour. That way we can actually circulate it. That way we don't have the biggest live turnout in the world. You know what I mean? People can kind of dive back into what we got going on. If you do happen to join in, definitely hit that like button for us, hit that retweet, or you know what I mean, subscribe, whatever you guys can do to actually support. All of that is free support, guys. So definitely tap in with us. But let's dive straight into it. That way, like I said, if somebody does come in and watch it later, they can just digest the info. So going straight into it, and just because I've had it up for a little bit, I'm actually going to refresh. So we have a $2.6 trillion market cap right now, currently, guys. And right now, that's looking real bearish. Real bearish right this second, down 6.7%. There's a lot of people who are not too fond of seeing these changes in the market. A lot of new people from retail, a lot of people from retail that have been in the market for a little while that just haven't learned the sentiments or the swings in the market. Oh, what's going on? We got just a man in the building, man. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Hey, definitely appreciate it, man. And 39 months, man. I can't even believe I've been streaming that long. It's crazy. What's going on, Justin? How you feeling? But yeah, so we got $2.6 trillion market cap, and I actually I had it queued up, but I actually got to pull it up again for you guys right here. So bam, this right here, let me pull this back, is the global market cap right here, this chart right here. So I got, actually, you know what, I'll remove it right now just for purposes of you guys just seeing and identifying with the chart. So this is the global market cap for cryptocurrency. So from beginning to current right now. So couple things that I identified with right away is, one, this is a significant pullback. Two, we were given top signals for a while here with it getting rejected here, price action wick, getting rejected here, price action wick, and you can see the wicks are getting a little bit more predominant as we move throughout the chart. So significant pullback, and where are we currently right now? So that goes to me kind of bringing those lines back up. So bam, current status right now, this is the uptrend that we were on. We honestly started to kick into that uptrend around 2023 in October. So been on that trend for almost about 2 years there. So getting really close to around that range. So that was the start of this trend here. So we're currently at a point to where, if I zoom in, you guys can kind of see it a little bit better, but we are reacting to that area. Hopefully you guys can see this. Can you see that small little wick there, Grant? Or should I zoom in some more?
No, I see it.
Okay, so you see that that tiny little wick.
Yeah, definitely red. It's definitely red.
So price is trying to react around this range. I feel like best case scenario with this is we continue to go down more, but as you can see, this price action wicked up right here. Is price action wicked up. We have been reacting to this uptrend line for, like I said, almost about 2 years now. So hey, what's going on, baby fat? What's the word? How you feeling today? Yeah, 39 months is wild, man. It's crazy out there. But for almost about 2 years, we've been reacting to this uptrend line, which definitely shows we have good structure with this uptrend line. So that gives us one of two options, I feel like, which is why I put all of this information on the screen for you guys to kind of digest what we have right here. So if you look at previous data, which is what most people do to kind of draw an assumption of what the market is going to do next, we had an uptrend here. And this uptrend is very similar to the one that we have right here. And we reached a peak, we drew back, and we could not hold this uptrend, right? So consolidated for a little bit, tried to go back up to retest, just did not have enough volume to test that uptrend. If you look at the time frames of these segments, this segment right here was exactly 74 bars. This segment right here is exactly 74 bars. We're at 518 days for both of these two segments that are in this blue, right? So this was the previous uptrend that we had. And this started in essentially the end of 2020 going into 2021, pretty much. November to December is when the volume really started to pick up and this trend really started to kick into phase. So that being said, we have a very similar trend with this volume kind of really kicking in around like November, December of 23. So the same time frames, pretty much, like I said, around the same time frames. And we have a pullback once again that draws us to this trend line. We have only one of two options to either follow what the previous trend was, or we have the option to create a new trend within this cycle that we have right now. So if you look right at the ending of this, and that's around like March, April or so, which is around the range that we're at right now. We're in March. So we had a significant pullback. This blue box right here is actually to help indicate how much of a pullback we had. So we pulled back about 60% on the market. So with that 60% pullback after this time period that we kind of went through, if the market is following that, that could mean that we could, if we break this trend line, be in for another 60% decrease or close to it. It won't be exact. Nothing is exact in the market, of course, but that means that we could land around a $1.5 trillion or in between 1 trillion to like $1.5 trillion market cap globally for cryptocurrency, period. That right there kind of resets the entire market. And I feel like kind of solidifies the fact that we are rapidly going into a recession state currently right now. So I don't know how you're feeling about that, or just overall just looking at the information and kind of digesting things. Brian, how are you feeling about me kind of saying?
So the first thing that I would question looking at this chart is it pulled back when? July, the first section of the chart. It pulled back July of 2022 when it started.
Are you speaking around this range or?
Yeah, right. Over more than
So
that.
we failed the uptrend around January. So you're talking about this decline? Is that what you're speaking of?
Yeah,
Or
right around there. Right around there. What around that time globally, what may have caused that massive, pullback in regards to how the market reacted? Because if we look right now with everything going on in, the current state of the market, and we could kind of pinpoint that it'll probably decrease where it is now on the other chart. I see more pullback from what you're showing us here. But for me, looking at the data, I would personally myself, after we're done, I probably will go back to see what was that pullback back in 2022 on why it decreased so much.
yeah. You can kind of match up points in the chart with announcements that have happened previously in history. So like when we had what's a good one where we had a good decrease when things started kind of kicking off in Ukraine. There was a
Okay.
huge decrease in the market. You know what I mean? You can kind of
So
match that, like articles from when that actually was happening up to where you see the decline in the chart. You know what I mean? So you'll get an idea of why the sentiments was the way that it was previously, but most of it kind of comes down to crypto just trades and phases, and these different phases have time frames that they normally kick in, and it's just something that they kind of clicks in like clockwork with cryptocurrency. People know around November or so, you know what I mean, we normally have some pullbacks, you know what I mean? So there are certain points that we normally have pullbacks. So you can even see that it's kind of reoccurring. So around like November, December in 2020, leading into 2021, is when we really started having volume and continued this uptrend. Then if you look around, let's see, bam, around here, this is where I would really call, like, it bounced around here, but it really started to pick up in volume around like November, December, going into 2024, as far as for the volume picking up. So you can see that that's a pattern right there. Then you see around like April, well, March, in between the March, April, May range, you start to see a transition to where you'll have March is usually good. April usually is iffy. It depends. And then May going into June, you normally have a pullback. And then it's usually consolidated in July and August. And then it starts to pick up around like the end of August towards like September or so to have an uptrend. So it's different trends you can follow just throughout the market, I feel like. And if you pay attention to those trends, it kind of gives you an outline of what the possibilities are in the market going forward, because that's what seasoned traders are going to be paying attention to, what the previous cycles have brought to the market. This one's a little bit different because we've had things thrown off from COVID. We have things thrown off from Trump and tariffs and Doge kind of doing different things in the space. So there's a lot of different variables this time, but man, it's just a lot to try to calculate. So even if you feel like you're the best in cryptocurrency, period, this is really hard to gauge unless you're on the inside of this information at this point.
No,
But
and
what's
I think you hit the nail on the head with the 2022, because February of 2022 is when the Ukraine-Russia wars really started, you know, getting to head. So that's probably the major decline that we're seeing on that left side chart. But
yeah. And what's going on? What's going on, Corey, man? What's the word, man? How you been, man? Another 38 months, man. Let me know that I'm old in the game. What's going on? What's going on? Fies, what up, Fies? Hey, Cup, getting excited with this dump. Can't wait for the bounce. Yeah, so I think that that's another thing that I wanted to add in. I think that once we do find a bottom, consolidate, and build up volume, there are so many different institutions that are actually looking to get into cryptocurrency. And I actually was looking at a Watch a Guru post, and this struck my attention right here. Just in Coinbase to hire 1,000 U.S. workers, saying President Trump breathed life back in the cryptocurrency industry. There's a lot of people that would not agree with this statement at the fuck all period. Like at all period. Like there's a lot of people that would disagree with this. A lot of people feel like that Trump is actually destroying the markets as far as like the stock market and the cryptocurrency market right now currently. But industries and large entities are looking to hire and looking to buy more cryptocurrency. This is another article right here that I thought was really interesting that you guys might want to check out too. But El Salvador accelerates Bitcoin purchases, puts 1.4 billion IMF deal at risk. So to put a deal at risk to accumulate more Bitcoin, because you see the price depreciation and the fact that you know the value of it because they've already adopted cryptocurrency or Bitcoin over there years ago. Like El Salvador has been ahead of the game. So
yeah, but you also got to put into consideration, you know, the trade wars and the tariffs have also put a lot of pressure on the financial markets. That's playing a major key role right now in what you're seeing on that chart, specifically on that right side, along with other variables. But I mean, let me hold on
Yeah, I was
one
about to
second.
say you actually had an article on it, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I do. Let me pull this up for you. Share screen.
Yeah, of
I
course. But
believe
yeah, there's a
I believe it's this one here.
this is scary. I feel like this is scary for most people, but if you guys kind of dig deeper into what's going on and the larger people and how they're moving their money, things get different. But let's see.
It'll
Remove
pull up.
bam. Yeah, let's get into it. What you got?
There we go. So this is CCN. Um, one of the areas where I like to read some of the articles, and right here, I got it highlighted. So it says recession fears looms large. So the bearish tendency of the crypto and even the traditional market could face a make or break situation with inflation numbers set to be announced later this week. So we all know that the CPI is coming out on Wednesday, right? So with that being said, um, it could be definitely be a key market mover. So we'll have to wait and see to Wednesday and see what that data comes out and which direction the market's going to run.
Yeah, most definitely. So I feel like that's going to be a CPI is definitely going to be a key factor in kind of just developing what the overall sentiment is going to be in the market for a little bit. So, like I said, this being the global market cap right this second is not crazy to me. I've been calling out that I felt like that ETH was going to bottom out at around I would say around like 1900 or so, you know what I mean? high 1800s if possible, but it depends on the sentiments of the market. So if CPI data comes out and the market doesn't agree with the data that actually comes out, it could go a bit further. And if we break some of these core support levels that we're looking at, we could be in, I don't want to say in trouble for a little bit, because I still think the cryptocurrency as a whole going forward still flourishes. There's too many larger entities looking into it right now, but it will be a situation to where there is going to be some panic going forward for retail buyers, just because there's a lot of people that don't understand the market, don't understand sentiments and the swings that the market has, and still need to learn a bit. Like, I know there's a bunch of people that probably went and purchased XRP, and XRP is, you know what I mean, was at a $3 price point because everybody was saying that XRP is going to go $5-10. Oh no, I'm not selling XRP so it gets $100, but there are so many people that don't understand that the market fluctuates. It's not just going to continue to go up. There's going to be ups, downs. The market's going to change. We're going to have dry points to where we're not going to have a whole bunch of volume, just because we need reasons and catalysts for the volume to come into the market. But as I was stating, we do have the main cryptocurrencies up right now. So we got Bitcoin, which people did not want to see underneath $90,000 at $77,000 right now currently. So $77,409 right now. It is down 5.3% on a 24-hour period, 10% on a 7-day. So it could be worse on the Bitcoin side, but I do think that we have a little bit more pain coming on the side of Bitcoin. I don't think we've reached our point just yet. Almost there, but not just yet. So Ethereum, we're sitting at $1,808, down 12% on a 24-hour period. So Ethereum is getting killed today. I feel like this is really taking a brunt for us between Ethereum and XRP. That's where a lot of the selling pressure is really coming into play, and it's really crazy when you think about it, because these things really dominate the volume and most of the market cap in the market, really. So it's down 15.7% on a 7-day period. So go down to XRP, $1.95, which most people are looking at this as a fire sale. Some people are looking at this as, fuck, I just bought XRP at $3 and now it is literally almost 50% down from where I purchased it at. It just depends on what type of investor you are. If you're either DCAing or if you're one of those panic investors to where you bought the top, oh shit, I'm down, let me sell before I go down more money, rather than putting a little bit more DCA and improve your price point that you're kind of buying at. It's definitely some options in that to where you don't have to kind of lose as much money. BNB down to $514. So getting crazy out here for BNB. BNB really doesn't fluctuate too much in price up or down, but to have an 8.4% decrease in BNB is pretty tough. 10.3% on a 7-day. And then bam, one of my favorites recently to actually talk about since Trump's launched his meme token on it, Solana. A lot of other meme tokens have been launching on it. We had the Wildin' Out launch on it, which there was a little bit of turmoil on that. I might mention that when we dive into the DeFi sector of what we kind of got going on for the stream tonight. But Solana just as a whole has been garnishing a lot of value, but not as of recently with this huge decline inside of the market and with it being down 10.3% just on a day. We were just previously looking at Solana possibly hitting a $300 price point. Now we're looking at Solana possibly breaking underneath $100. So interesting perspectives on Solana. Grind, I think you had some articles over there for Solana, right?
Yeah, but before we go into that and circle back to Solana, I just wanted to touch base or touch on something as well. It's not just the crypto markets getting wrecked. You know, you pulled up a Watch a Guru article earlier. I'm going to share my screen. And this is a tweet he put out, I think like 4 or 5 hours ago.
Okay, I said, let
me see if you get it.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So, I mean, just what was that? 5 hours ago, Watch a Guru put up breaking news. Over 1.75 trillion was wiped from the U.S. stock market today. So just, I mean, that money is getting pulled. So obviously, the crypto market's going to take a massive hit as well if the stock market's taking this much of a brunt. And then furthermore, we could even look over on this side. I got to get used to the StreamYard.
Yeah, it's it gives you some. I'm sure they're giving you your flowers. You're doing great though, as far as like.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I appreciate that. So, you know, from going to Watch a Guru's post from the stock market, and then we pull up the crypto bubbles. I mean, just the day. Are you able to pull that up? There we go. Perfect. So, I mean, look at the crypto bubbles. I mean, it's blood in the waters all over the place. And then you even want to pull the market cap by the day. I mean, just look at that. Bitcoin's getting wrecked, 4.6% down. Like you stated earlier, ETH 11.3, XRP's 10.8, BNB 7.1, Bitcoin's market cap 1.53 trillion. And just look at this 24-hour volume, you know, 56.87 billion coming in. So, I mean, the whole market in a whole is just absolutely getting destroyed. So it's not just the crypto market; it's the stock market as well. I mean, you got people fearful of a recession. You got people fearful of what's going on. They want to see what these trade wars happen. I mean, there's so many variables going into play. So I don't know. Like you said, you touched on a bunch of it as well. But let me swing back and we'll check out the Solana.
Yeah, Baby Fat said, I think everyone fumbled Wildin' Out. It may have been one of the most legit celebrity tokens. So I think that this is a fact. Why? Because most of the celebrity tokens that got launched, they weren't present. If they were present, they were present for one space. They came in, let them know that it was actually them, that people hear their voice, and then they were out of there. Somebody else was hosting spaces and kind of pushing the project from there. Nick Cannon was live on Spaces like a complete DJ for 24 hours straight. He still pops into spaces, kind of listening in and seeing what people are saying. Like I said, I may pull that chart up to let you guys kind of see the progress of it, but that was more so a controversy of him utilizing somebody who was a friend of somebody and them taking an advantage of the fact that he was a celebrity and didn't know more so about the blockchain portions of it. So they bundled some supply and were kind of selling and kind of damaging a project like that. But you often see stuff like that when you don't have the knowledge coming into space. But I think that Nick Cannon is a person to where he sees, feels, and understands stuff like that. He learns. He took his licks. He understands what's going on. I think that we will see either another Wild and Out token, or I don't know if it's going to be a Nick Cannon token, but he's in it to learn the space. And Solana is one hell of a place to start on cryptocurrency. It's literally a Jeet factory. So for you to launch a token on Solana, kind of take your licks, learn, and still be willing to come back into the space and try to produce something. That's a token that I'm definitely going to be looking out for, to try to see what he goes and does with it, because there's a lot of people respecting him right now just for not running away after, you know what I mean, being taken advantage of. So Solana is a crazy ass place, but it has a lot of value. So I understand why people launch on it. But
yeah, but he wasn't the only celebrity too. I mean, how do you feel about what is it, Mother Iggy Azalea's? I mean, she's been still going strong, has she not? I mean, I haven't looked at the chart.
Well, that was one of the only ones that I felt like once again, like, kind of took the fact that they put their name on something seriously. Like, a lot of other people are just putting their name on it and just garnishing the money that creates. So kudos to her. I don't know how well it will do, because you have to, a lot of these artists don't understand that they have value to give without even really having to put a whole bunch of money into the value that they're given. They do take sometimes a loss on their back end sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, if you give access to events like the Wild and Out stuff, like, and for the top holders, you would have been able to get like VIP seating in like Wild and Out events. Like, that's something that's dope for me, because those tickets cost a decent amount. You know what I mean? You got to keep doing it. You know what I mean? If you have something to where you have a setup to where I can just go to the Wild and Out events or whatever event or concert that's being thrown. You know what I mean? Like, not only do you creating like a centralized fan base, pretty much, to where like people are ready for you to perform. This is part of their value that they're getting for holding these tokens. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a lot of value that can be built there, but a lot of people are not utilizing the resources that they have, because they don't understand the space, and that what they can do is a resource. Or even him throwing spaces and providing access to his spaces, like making paid spaces like Wild and Out, you know what I mean, and making them like funny, like joking spaces. Like, he can make a bunch of revenue for right there, put that into buyback and burns, and then basically have your holders that are holding the token. Those are only people that get access. You can't buy tickets, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be a holder per se to get access to it. So I think that'd be crazy, and have a bunch of celebrities coming in and out and joking with them on the Twitter space. Like, that's value within itself. There's a lot of people that will pay just to be in the presence of people that they can either possibly network with or just to be around them, period. So
no, absolutely. And I like how, you know, it'll bring value to the holders. I didn't even think about that, you know, where they could be front and center at one of the Wild and Out shows. Is that even a thing? Is that still on?
With the Wild and Out token?
No, Wild and Out in general.
I think they're going to be going into a new season, I think, to my knowledge, but they're still going strong, to my knowledge, and it's still funny. So and he still got some other businesses that he does also. So he's a serial entrepreneur. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how it goes.
I mean, I don't mean to kind of, you know, come off topic, but how did you feel about the banter between him and Dave Portnoy?
I thought it was interesting. I know that the fight will never happen, but the banter was intriguing for them to kind of feel like they're going to map it out. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you feel like may happen, or you get excited about just if you're new in crypto. But if you're seasoned and been around for a while, you already know this is publicity stunts. The goal is to get more people to know that the token exists, and you do that by creating something that's interesting to people and drawing their attention, which would be like a fight between Nick and Dave. So I definitely think that it was funny. I think that he may try it again just because it's good banter. It's the same thing as when Shiba, Shiba, even though it was going after Doge, they called themselves the Doge killer. That got attention from a lot of different people. Already a big cryptocurrency, Doge, and you're talking about you're gonna kill Doge. Like what? Like, how are you? You know what I mean? So that narrative kind of stuck for a bit. So not everybody can pull it off though.
Yeah, some of them tweets had me rolling for real.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, let me swing back. How do you feel regarding why Solana may be down? Because I have my opinions. I have my, a few things that I'm gonna back up with the opinions, but what I want to get your take on it.
Well, I got a couple of perspectives. I'll just hit you with one of the main ones. I think that initially Trump launching his token brought it liquidated so many different blockchains and cryptocurrencies that money was coming from everywhere to get into Trump's token, and it all landed on Solana's blockchain. When Trump started to go down and Melania didn't do as well as they thought it would, and no other real bangers launched, um, for a short period of time after Trump and Melania came out, there was like Vine, they did really well. What was it? There was another one, 4chan, and a couple other ones that did really well. But that was just from the value sitting and being on the blockchain at that period of time. It was just good time, and they launched after people had made a lot of money. The money started to decline on Trump, so people started to move funds around. So bam, that's how that happened. So I think that in my perspective, I think that there wasn't too many other things to invest into on Solana. People started to understand, especially people who came from investing into blue chips, they just wanted to invest in a Trump's token, that Solana is a rug pull pit for most people. You know what I mean? A lot of money began to be lost. The sentiment was lost in the market. So I think that all of that kind of played a big factor in people getting money off of Solana and or stabling possibly because the market was transitioning down. So between the market going down, the volume dying down on Solana meme coins and a couple other variables, the delay on the ETFs, there's a bunch of different things that I can say that is causing Solana's price to go down. Why? What do you got?
Well, I would say, the most obviously, is the massive amount of money that has left the space, right? I mean, we're seeing it
Most definitely.
all over the place. So people are pulling their money out with the fear of, again, the tariffs or recession or wherever it may be, even if they just need money to for everyday living, right? Second, you got to ask yourself, though, what's Sol mostly known for other than its low gas fees? It's meme coins. So, yeah. According to this article that you have pulled up here, I believe that's on Cointelegraph. It says some analysts suggest that the newly minted liquidity that has flown into meme coins rather than boosting Sol's price. Again, has meme coins been doing well? No. So I don't know where it's flowing into. Maybe other meme coins on other blockchains, but it's definitely not Sol, because I want to pull this up for you.
Well, you also just to interject, you also had that big surge of volume that went over to BNB from CZ, kind of pushing volume over there. CZ's dog Broccoli launching, and then other meme tokens taking advantage of the volume that was moving over to BNB, because all you really need is one big token to launch, and then that volume to trickle from the revenue and profits that people have made from that token into that blockchain, into other tokens before the trend is lost. Because right now you don't hear anybody investing into BNB tokens right this second, because that trend is pretty much on pause right now until something else launches that's bigger on BNB. Same thing with Solana when Trump came out and all the other ones came out. Now it's kind of on pause for the moment. But go ahead, Grant.
No, and that's a great key factor. I mean, you want to pull up this chart right here. Look, I mean, this is all Solana meme coins. So again, going back to that article, it's saying it's going into meme coins, but we look, like you stated earlier, official Trump, pulled a lot of liquidity out. That's down almost 7%. Bonk, Dog with that, Pengu. I mean, all these Fartcoin, all these big name meme coins are down anywhere between 5 and 6%. But on top of BNB, you also have other other key competitions, right? From other blockchains. BNB, there was one token on BNB that I came across that was hot for a minute there. I think it was, what was it, Captain BNB or something like that. I think I seen. But my last key factor as well is, like I said, it's added competition to Solana. It's struggling a bit, and I also think another layer one blockchain that's up and coming, or it's been around, but it's really getting its recognition now, is SWI, specifically SWI. Last week we saw SWI. Hold on, let me pull that up so you could see. Yeah. Last week we saw SWI and World Liberty Finance, right, do a collaboration, and we saw that price shoot up almost 18% for the day. And I also don't think, the Trump launching its token on Sol helped its case much either. So those are a few key factors or opinions that I have on why Solana is really taking a hit. Will it bounce back? Absolutely. I feel it will, but only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, entire market right now is taking a huge hit, and we saw that by paying attention to the charts that we had up, man. Like you can't make stuff like this up. Like some of the major cryptos that people focus on, like those who don't trade in DeFi, this is their home base. Like this is where they trade at, this is where they park money at. So a lot of people do utilize a method of stabling their token. So that would be from taking it from whatever token you're sitting in right now and putting that into USDC, USDT, so that you don't have the up and down motion of the volatility of cryptocurrency. So if you don't want to go down, like you got XRP, you bought it at $3, it went up a little bit, you know that there's a decline coming in the market, and you want to stable that money. Like you still want to use the same money, you don't want to add any additional money, you want to stable that money, put it to the side. Market hits the bottom, you're confident in its bottom. All right, bam, unstable your money, put it back in the XRP. Now you have that same amount of dollar value that you had in XRP. You put it back into XRP at like $1.50, $1.80, whatever it ends up landing at. And it goes back up to that $3. Now you're sitting pretty right now, you know what I mean? Because you were able to utilize the market as a tool without even implementing any more money. Was actually want to do more streams and kind of show how you can kind of implement that into helping yourself trade and not really have to struggle and chase charts like that. You know what I mean? You just use the market volatility to create money in that sense. Same thing as like Dogecoin. We looked at all of these tokens previously at super low prices. Like we were looking at Solana at like $20 and sub $20, you know what I mean? And the shit went almost to $300. So these are all just opportunities. Cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. Too large of entities looking at cryptocurrency right now. Global market cap looks scary, but like I said, we still have the price action kind of trying to remain around this range. What I would like to ideally see, just from a global market cap side of it, is us retain this uptrend that we've had for 2 years. If we break this trend, that's when we kind of draw into the factor of we have at least about 60% of a downturn that we can possibly be fighting. It could stop at 30, it could stop at 40, it could stop at 15, but we have a spot to where we're going to have to find another support level to consolidate at, and then go back when volume pours back into the market. But while we're over here, I did want to point out the fact you got 2.5 trillion in the market, and if you look at the market without Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're only looking at $731 billion in cryptocurrency. A lot of people don't know that factor or pay attention to the factor that would Bitcoin's market cap being over 1 trillion, you know what I mean? We're only at a 2 trillion market cap, you know what I mean? Like Ethereum and Bitcoin take up a massive slice of those market caps, and then the rest of them are kind of, you know what I mean, thrown into this $730 billion. So I just thought that was intriguing. So we can actually watch like overall, like how it's following each other. Because if you can look, this is like identical, and it's not just because this is minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's actually because it follows the trends of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is with Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is without, same exact trend. So the market follows Bitcoin and Ethereum to a T pretty much. So if Bitcoin and Ethereum are having troubles, then you can expect troubles in the rest of the market. But what I did want to dive into chart wise really quick, and I'm going to briefly dive over it just because we always go over zones. So let me Bam, pop this up so you guys can see this out the way. All right, so these are the ranges that we were checking in with last. So we previously needed to hold this as a support, not holding it as a support, broke it, and could continue down. I told you guys my goal was about, well, my bottom was about 70 to 69K. It still could reach that range or just above if it stops below above it and goes up. But how this is looking right this second is this is going to try to teeter totter up and down, and it's going to kind of keep trying to retest this 80K range. As it keeps trying to test this 80K range, if it keeps get rejected at this 80K range, it's going to start to drift down into this pocket right here in between 80K and 70K. It's going to trade sideways for a bit in between this until it either A, gets volume to break above this 80K range and hold it as a support level and then keep going up, or as it gets rejected down closer to this 69 to 70K range, and this is where it will possibly bottom out and trade sideways at. Now, if we break that global market cap uptrend line that we had, 9 times out of 10 we're going to 99 times out of 10, 100%, if we break that trend line, we're going to break this 69 70K range, and then we'll be looking for another bottom, which that could be anywhere from like 55 to like 60K will be the next range that we're looking at, which is what I feel like, if it does break this 69 70K range, would be pretty much our ultimate bottom at that point. So that's what I'm looking at, that being like our bottom. So really bottom range anywhere from about 55K to about 70K, which I'm really hoping it holds that 70K range. It's a wide range though, unfortunately. Sorry guys, too much stuff going on, too many variables. Diving into Ethereum, which is getting well beat the hell up. So I told you guys my range was about mid 1800 to about 1900 on Ethereum. We are literally almost dead on smacking my ranges when I put them for time frames that we're looking at. It is trying to pull back and hold this around 1900 to 1800 range. This is the month chart, so it's going to take a little bit of time for this candle to develop. But if we go to the week chart right here, you can see it's trying to wick up. If it does wick up, trade sideways around this range, could still be in good shape. If it does not hold this and it continues to go down, or if it goes down, closes, and then tries to retest and does not succeed in creating this into a support level again, we'll teeter-totter in between this pocket of about 1800 to about 1100, just above 1200. Well, just below 1200, I'm sorry. And hopefully not settle in on that 1200 range and consolidate, and then we'll have to break from there. It just depends on how we close and this retest goes. If we hold this support level, it should just consolidate around this range and build up enough momentum and volume to try to go towards that upside. So we shall see how that does turn out. Let's click on Solana, see how Salami's doing right now. So let's get this shit out the way. I was mapping that out a while ago. So if you look at this, just overall, key things to pay attention to, which I'll go back to Bitcoin and Ethereum and show you I forgot I had it zoomed out, but this to me on the week chart still looks like we have more pain to come. It has a support level around about $95 or so. With the momentum of which it is going down and the lack of smart money that it actually has in the market right now, I do not know if Solana will stop at around $95. We might have to test this $60 range, to be honest. And then you can't really see it because it's way the fuck down here, but $60 range right here. And then you have some lower ranges that I mapped out. This is way earlier in Solana, but this is before the actual breakout when it was trading like $20 for a little bit, where I was kind of mapping it. But we have not really built any real support levels within this run up. So it'll be interesting to see where this tries to land. Like I said, I don't think that it has some decent support around 90. So it's really gonna try to hold up around like 90K if we continue down, which it looks like we're going to. But I could see it possibly hitting this $60 range, which at that point I'm a buyer for Solana. So definitely will be. But if it stops around this 90 and it looks like it's trying to go back up, I may be trying to pay attention to it. But as of right now, there is no smart money in the market for Solana right this second on pretty much any time frame besides like the month time frame, and most of that is dissipating right now. So could possibly see anywhere from a $60 to $90 Solana. How you feel about that, Grant?
Well, I wanted to ask you what key factors. I mean, I like it. I'm a buyer. As soon as it hits that range, I'm definitely going to be loading up on some Solana. But what key factors do you feel that will regain, any kind of bullish momentum for Solana, especially after what we've seen in the weeks past?
Something as simple as Trump putting or the Trump team, whoever launched the token of Trump, because you can't take responsibility. But if they put any type of utility or any type of buzz goes for Trump or any larger token that is based on Solana, then you could definitely see volume shift. That can even cause a lot of volume to shift inside of the market to where we actually see some uptrends in Bitcoin, ETH, stuff like that. But I think that's what we kind of we need something to actually do well on Solana for there to be a volume boost, because people need to win for people to keep investing. After they're continuously losing or don't see opportunities to win in the market, they're not going to invest large sums of money.
Okay.
So that's where I would be at with that one. But it really depends, man. And then your buddy here, which I actually have no mapping on right here at all, period. But we can look at the indicators. We definitely have some downturn on Sui too. So
No, absolutely, yeah.
So as you can see from where it came out, it kind of consolidated for a little bit, broke out, and then from it breaking out, it looked really good, you know what I mean? And it had a downturn. So I think that's what we're looking at right here. This is the breakout from here. Got to have that downturn, got to find a bottom. It should be looking to bottom out possibly around like the $1.86 range. But it could, if the market keeps going down, we could be looking for a bit lower. So we could be looking at ranges of about $1 to about 90 cents or so. So that might be a fire sale on this one if this is going to be a hot topic going into the market.
Yeah, I think I really think it's gonna, it has already, but stamp its name this year in 2025, and especially towards the end of the year. I see this being a major player in the game.
Yeah, and I think with the market right now, the goal is to beat out these guys. So when you're already investing into the market and these guys are already in the market, and by these guys I mean this red right here, this is the smart money. So green retail, red smart money. So if you're investing and the smart money is already super heavy in there, you can still make profit. But I feel like at this point you're already a bit too late. You need to be investing in like bottoms, of course, in good support levels. But when you don't see any smart money in the market, especially when you know it has a chance of actually flourishing in the market, because when you invest before this, you get to reap the benefits of this coming into the market. So when you kind of look at it, you know what I mean? So let's just say hypothetically, let's go week. So we can look at a different time frame. So bam, you like Sui, you're like, okay, I missed this pump. Looks like it's consolidating right here. No real smart money in the market, but it looks like they're beginning to have interest in it. So let me go ahead and invest my money. You know what I mean? In this range, any of these ranges would have been great. Bam, you go in, see how much. Let's just say from right here at the bottom. You're looking at, just because you beat out the smart money, you're looking at about 800% that you just made on the money that you put into the market, because you beat out the smart money. And as the smart money is leaving, you have an opportunity. Bam, I'm seeing that the smart money is starting to exit the market. Let me take my profits. Bam, when the smart money has completely exited and we've bottomed, I'll look to re-put my money in. Those are the type of investment strategies that I'm hoping that people kind of adopt in the market kind of going forward. But yeah, man, everybody teaches on, man. just throwing some advice out there, man. We'll look into different cryptocurrencies. Sui is going to be one of them. I'm definitely gonna be looking at Sol, Dogecoin, XLM, XRP. Um, just because though, as you can see, I've already dabbled in looking at XRP and kind of creating some ranges. I honestly feel like with this decrease in the market and the XRP decrease, look like it's kind of just beginning right now. So we're just getting to the point. You saw the smart money was in here. We're just now starting to pull that smart money out of the market right now at this point. So we're going to retest some of these different levels that I had. May not get all the way back to like the 50-cent range, but it may stop at a level above, like just above $1 or so like that. I don't think that it holds this range just because it really didn't have too much time to develop this range. But range like this and or this, so anywhere from 50 cents to $1 looks to be like a good range within this pullback if the market keeps continuing in the manner that it is right now. So
Yeah, and that was definitely all from all that news and everybody FOMOing in.
yeah, most definitely. But you still have to, with people taking profits that have been in it for a while, you still have to, with it going straight up, develop some type of core support levels to be able to trade sideways and consolidate at, which XRP hasn't really had a chance to do just yet. And it needs to retrace and do if it wants to still continue up and kind of make ground and head towards $5-10. So
Yeah.
see how that goes, man. But overall, I think that the goal here is to drive everything into the recession state, reboot the fact that we can lower some interest rates during that recession. People and larger entities can buy in, get better positions in the market as far as crypto and for stocks. There's a lot of different variables I feel like that kind of really benefit the US with kind of going through this going through these phases. It's rough and messy at first, and yeah, Trump's not going to be the most liked person in the world, but once things kind of bottom out and begin to turn around, I don't think people have that same sentiment on kind of what's going on in the markets right now. So we'll see. I think that also plays into the factor of that summit meeting and with them announcing the Bitcoin reserves and also announcing that they're not going to be purchasing, that they're going to be essentially just taking custody of like fraud assets and stuff like that. And that's how they're going to be increasing their holdings. But I think the reason for that and not announcing that they're doing like an aggressive buy is, one, they don't want people aggressively buying and driving the price up before they get a chance to buy. Two, they would like to buy at a good price, right? And if you announce, like I said, if you announce it, people buy it or people sell off, whatever the situation is. If you cause a sell off, then you're able to buy it from there, or you cause a sell off, then you announce that you guys have already began to buy cryptocurrency. Then I think that you guys are in a better position, because then you guys have already began to do strategic buys that you didn't announce before, you announce after, and you announce that you'll be doing more strategic buys going forward. And that makes the sentiments bullish and pushes the price action up, which makes you guys money in the long run. So I think that that's a more beneficial route that they would take.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you how you felt about that summit.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a little bit of a nothing burger. I feel like it could have gone a lot better. But me kind of analyzing things in a long term, it would not have been beneficial for them to announce that they're going to either aggressively or strategically be buying Bitcoin at the high price that it was at that current point, because then that drives the price higher, heats the market up still, and you still, like I said, have to have some of these larger entities that are now looking at cryptocurrency. He's trying to leverage the US further into cryptocurrency, and to be able to do that, they need good price points to enter at, then need to activate the market to where it moves. So all that kind of falls in line with going through the recession, kind of having everything kind of dark over here for a little bit, and then from it kind of being, you know what I mean, dark over here, build it back up, and then create that golden age that he wants to kind of create, where revenue kind of flows through the American soil there.
Yeah, and all that's coming from like seized assets, right? Because they're not going to be.
Well, I think it comes from seized assets at first until they until they actually go through with getting us to realize that we're in a recession state, things start to pull back. They're able to combat the interest rates inside of America. And as things like that kind of fall into place, I feel like they put into place like strategic buy plans. They put buys in place before they release it. They have a strategic buy plan, and that alone becomes a catalyst to kind of move the market up, because they're no longer collecting from just you know what I mean, just people who've committed fraud and that's how they're getting their assets. They actually have a strategic buy plan, or have already executed on a strategic buy plan of the amount that they want right this second, with becoming a larger holder of Bitcoin, which is going to drive the price up, of course. So
Yeah, and we saw mixed reactions. Obviously, a lot of the crypto investors saw that coming off like those seized assets, rather than being like a more aggressive approach on trying to purchase it. I think everybody was expecting them to really like dive head first and start buying up Bitcoin, but
yeah,
it's
but
not
that's
coming
just
up.
not smart. That's just
Yeah,
not smart. So if you look at like something like this, like, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see it, but like this kind of puts it into perspective. Like, you see like an oversold range, a weak range. This is neutral, strong, and then overbought. Nothing's really overbought right now. There's not too many things that are strong right this second. A lot of things are in neutral, but falling out of neutral, like even fart coins above and like a neutral range. But everything is pretty much falling into this weak and then oversold range. So at that point, it becomes a huge buying opportunity for anybody, really. You know what I mean? When you're in those oversold ranges or weak RSI ranges, to where you can actually buy and benefit it to it moving to the upside. So it really just depends on your perspective and how you're kind of looking at things, I feel like.
either way, it's massively bullish for everybody. No, because it's front and center. You have the president of the United States and other cabinet members discussing and trying to plan um, the future of crypto. I mean, it's right there, front and center now.
Yeah, if you're strategic enough to pay attention to what could possibly be happening, and everything that I'm saying is speculation. I have no inside information or don't know exactly what's going on. That's just my perspective from looking at it as two smarter businessmen kind of being at the head of this and them being successful businessmen. Trump is known for specifically doing one thing, which I think is filing for bankruptcy. So he's essentially acquired a business and needs to bankrupt the business to restart the business, pretty much to make it into a better business. And he's done this several times. So I think he at least has a outline or overall template to what he's trying to do. Can he just sit and explain every single move before he does it? Absolutely not. And that causes turmoil and things kind of be a little bit messy. But I think overall, kind of waiting and seeing what the outcome of what this turns into is worth the wait.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people that are undecided. You can even see that by the buy and sell orders on like Bitcoin and ETH. It's a lot of like just in between. Like, people don't really know what direction they want to go. Certain ranges people are buying, other people don't. Just a lot of people just not understanding the sentiments of this market, just because it's so different, because there's so many variables with what's going on right now. So I just think that it's really interesting, and it definitely overall affects the crypto market. So this right here is our channel sponsor in the meantime, and they've been feeling the brunt of the market also. I feel like not too horrible, as they're only down 10% right now on a 24-hour period. It could be so much worse, I feel like. So they're currently sitting at an $895,000 market cap. Liquidity still looking good. Holders at about 1K. So we need to, on this one, find a level of support that we can actually hold and kind of consolidate, because as of right now, that's what it's been trying to do. It looks like it may choose to be around this $700,000 range or so, depending on what gets announced from that camp. Now, I have been hearing some buzz that some things will be coming out going forward. I don't know for a fact that they're still going to be moving forward as planned with the market sentiments right this second. But I feel like overall, if you have a good plan and with a good opportunity to buy in, you can still get some motion in any type of market. So look out for that. They do have some announcements going forward. Tap game still in place. They also released some of the metrics for their mining that they did. They actually injected $10,000 into the mining just to get some stats and some specs on it. Specs are looking really good. You guys can actually get those. They got it pinned in the Telegram and a couple other places, man. So if you guys want to tune in to that, and I'll post something in regards to that also. But they're doing really good, and I can foresee with them injecting 100K into that mining, some good times moving forward, and also some supply shock on this one. So with the market being down, look towards good opportunities, utility tokens, and things that actually have a future moving forward. I think that this is one of those tokens that's going to have a really good opportunity. I'm going to be doing I think at least 1 or 2 spaces this week, just for in the meantime. So if you guys want to tap in, show some love, or just come on the mic and ask some questions overall, I'm pretty sure we'll probably have some people from the team, probably some other people that are really passionate about in the meantime, just checking in, tapping in with us. Might even have grind time in the building. You never know who will stop by. So definitely going to be some good times, man. Tap in with us, man. But overall, in the meantime, is, in my opinion, still a good buy. Has not bottomed out just yet. May teeter totter in between this kind of $800 to $700 range, but I do think that ultimately that will be our bottom around that 700K, 650K range, and that's when we'll consolidate. Probably bounce, more announcements to come out. The volume in the market will kind of fluctuate and fix itself, and we'll go back to an uptrend. But my main thing with this one is I could really care less about current volume on a long-term token in a market like this. It's just super finicky. Everybody's chasing meme coins, and it has to get to a point to where people want to value the money that they're putting into the market, and we just have not gotten to that place just yet. So savvy investors will find their position and keep DCAing and increasing their positions, and other people will be chasing charts until they get wrecked enough to where they want to find those solid projects. But I think those time frames are definitely coming in the market, especially this next go round when volume starts to come back in. I can definitely see some pushes in this sector. So we'll keep an eye out for them. But just overall, the DeFi sector of the world has been getting beat up, bro. Trump's even at $10. We were looking at this thing closing in on what, like $60-70, and now it's only at $10. So market has definitely taken a hit. Some of these bigger tokens, Migos is down only at a $23 million market cap. Brett was down. Pepe's not doing the best in the world with lower volume. So it's not looking the best in the world right now, but these are all buying opportunities for strategic move ups when the market does get good. So find some good support levels, and I would say dig in, man. That's my thought process. Or tuck your tail and run, whatever feels more comfortable to you, right?
Nah, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. You got to eat it up. You know, all those conviction plays, you know, that you believe in. Now's the time to, not financial advice, but start buying.
Yeah. But man, like we've reached that hour mark, man. I feel like we've gone through a lot of different things, man. We've touched over the global market cap, how we have similarities to where we were previously, and we could possibly have up to a 60% pullback for that global market cap. Went over some articles about Solana, just overall market, and just our opinions on where we could possibly be going in the market. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. A little bit different way that we're kind of running the stream now. Hopefully it's informative and gets to the point. Trying to get some more people to come in, banter, kind of get some opinions out of people, talk about the market as a whole, trying to run an interactive stream. But man, grind time. You got anything else before we cut out of here?
No, I appreciate you having me on. Hopefully, look forward to future streams.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, all right, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, man. We enjoyed you guys. We're out of here. Have a good one.